it's Amy and welcome back to A Home for the Holidays. So today's episode is really exciting. It's probably one of the most fun parts of the process, which is the design. So I'm going to go over all the stuff I have here laid out on my kitchen counter, but we're also going to go through the design center and some of the things that that happened while we were there, some tips, some tricks. But first, we're going to give you a real-time update as to where we are in the building process of our home. Last time we talked about the electrical panels and that was one of our hurdles we needed to overcome, but I have news for you. So inside, you'll notice we have power. Our lights are on. Now, as soon as we walked in, I noticed this. I was like, oh my gosh, what has happened? That was not there the other day. And then when we came in, we realized, oops, we've got some boo-boos there. And they're not really boo-boos because guess what we figured out? We have our under and over counter lighting in the kitchen, and I'm so excited. And I can't wait to share with you why I'm super excited about the above counter lighting and how that played into our design center experience. Right, so it used to be 10%, and I will say that that 10% of the base price is still what the builders use as their threshold.
Oh, okay.
Like, so for instance, hello birds. For instance, if you go above 10% of the base price of the home, the builder may require you to pay an additional deposit. But let's be honest, 10% is not the real number. So when it comes to that budget, 15% is usually pretty good. Okay, candidly, it can go a little bit higher depending on the square footage and your personal taste. But I do think that 15% of the base price is a good number to put into your design center allowance.
So, as my son would say, quick maths. That's what he would say, quick maths. Okay. I don't know why he would say that at some song. I don't know. So, a $500,000 home,
okay,
20% at the design center would be another $100,000. That seems like a lot, but then again, I look back at what we did. Like, tell me how you managed to get every single design option on a piece of paper in a book. So if you had one piece of advice for someone who's getting ready to go to the design center, what would it be?
Ooh, it would honestly, it would be to get as much information ahead of that appointment as possible. Not always possible, but in some ways there's the ability to at least get something so that you can have a better expectation of pricing once you get there.
And did you do that?
I did. So when I had all of those PDF documents of all the different, you know, cabinets, counters, flooring, backsplash, all that stuff, I went to Staples. And I printed them on really nice paper. So what?
We've never discussed this. How much did that cost?
Oh, it was a lot of money.
Like hundreds of dollars?
Not hundreds of dollars, but 100 at least. So I have labeled everything, the cabinet options where we can kind of go through that. This talks about light rails. You can see here I have carpets, I have backsplashes. By the way, that is a lot of backsplash options. It's like overwhelming. I am a little binder crazy. I love organization, and when you're doing a project that is this large and candidly this expensive, you just want to make sure that you have things organized, that you can reference back to them, and that you don't just pretend like you think you remember. By the way, this binder is so big I can't even flip the pages, but it goes through everything from flooring to carpet to backsplash to lighting fixtures. So this is what I did, and I used this, and of course I would lay it out kind of page by page, the things that I knew that I liked, and just by picture form, see if maybe it went together.
We've had site agents send you someone else's design choices with the information crossed out, but then you could see, okay, they put this in, it was a level 3 cabinet, and it cost this much. That helps, right?
Yes, absolutely. So let's just say there was an inventory home or even the model home. Sometimes we can get the information of what options were chosen and the pricing that was associated.
That's a great point. Model home is a good one.
Yeah,
they put everything in there.
And one quick little tidbit too is that even though the base price of the home changes like crazy wicked fast, the actual options at the design center and the structurals don't really change.
Let's get sexy up in here right now. Let's get sexy. Let's talk spreadsheets. Oh yeah.
we had the levels of the design options, which was very helpful because in our binder, you'll see it'll say level 1. We can go through the entire book of backsplashes, level 2, level 3, all the way up to level 4. So we had the levels, we were able to get the pricing, and then that's where Eric's amazing spreadsheet came in.
I like that you went more like praise, like dignified praise. I thought you were going to talk about how sexy it was.
Oh, it was totally sexy.
So I'm going to show you my spreadsheet, but the first piece I want to share with you is the great debate that we had about, do we show you prices? We don't like to talk about money and what we spend, and I think most people are like that. So, but we thought we would err on the side of sharing. So we're going to show you the spreadsheet and how it worked. I'm going to start with my overview page, and then you can take a look and see. We can kind of show you how much we spent on design options and relative to Amy's 15% guideline for budgeting. So if you look, you can see here that the base price of the house was $652,990, which is actually a pretty good price, pretty good base price for a house that's 4,600 square feet. The lot premium, pretty good price for in this area for a quarter of an acre or more of a lot. The structural options are here. This is where we start spending some money that we didn't have to spend necessarily, but the computer nook desk, that's going to be my office. The pet room is a pet shower. You can kind of see all the stuff. 8-foot doors downstairs, but we didn't do them upstairs. So there are only 3 or 4 doors upstairs, so we kept those at 6 foot to save a little money. But downstairs, we thought the 8-foot doors looked nicer. So railing, those kind of things. So this is the overview page that shows you, and then it shows you room by room how much we spent in each room, and you can kind of look and say, where did we spend a whole bunch of money? Well, the kitchen. That's where you're definitely going to spend a whole bunch of money, is in the kitchen.
All right, so we talk a lot about the 3 biggies. The biggest visuals and the biggest price points of your home are going to be your cabinets, your counters, and your flooring. And I just wanted to take you through why I chose, or we chose, what we did. Now you'll notice we don't have our flooring in yet. We did do a luxury vinyl plank throughout all of this living space here on the first floor. So that's gonna go in at the very last minute, but I can certainly tell you all about my beautiful cabinets and my counter that I love so much. In one of my videos, you may have seen me talk about the color Painted Harbor. Harbor as a cabinet color, which is a newer cabinet color. You'll notice these cabinets are not white. They are not gray. They are not tan. They are not beige. They are a beautiful unicorn color called Harbor. So if you need to pull out the tans, which is more of what our color scheme is, gray is a very pretty color, but you'll notice even by our ceiling fan that we have, we've gone with a more traditional brown kind of earth tones as the flooring. So that is going to be able to be pulled out of this cabinet. Now, you'll notice I also chose a larger, more dynamic hardware on this. I'm going to go ahead and point out an oopsie. Are you ready for an oopsie? This is where I feel like we could have been a little bit better guided at the design center. I do not blame them. It's just a mistake. But ultimately, look at my boo-boo. So we chose these longer pieces of hardware. We do have the soft close cabinets, by the way. But look at this. This is literally the same size as my cabinet. I would never have chosen that. I love the extra big pulls on all of the cabinets and the drawers, but no one mentioned that this was going to be such a tiny drawer that the piece of hardware was going to look a little bit wrong. So for my countertop, we chose a quartz counter. I don't remember the name of this, but it is just a really nice, pretty, and neutral countertop. It has a little bit more of a white and cream undertone. It's got some energy in it with the little veins, which are kind of, again, a gray/tan type of a veining inside the quartz, which is really nice because, again, it gives me the neutral factor, and I can pop this entire kitchen with lots of additional color, which in our case is going to be blue. But I do want to point out this over here. There's a couple of things that you get to pick and choose at the design center. So when we talk about adding that extra stuff into your budget and all of those things that they're going to ask you that you hadn't really thought through, these are going to be some of them. Glass cabinets, if you want the glass cabinet, and not only do you want the glass cabinet, but we had to pay extra for the shelf to be the same in the interior of the cabinet, because if you look here, do you see the inside of these cabinets are tan? That's a standard looking cabinet. But we pay extra to have the glass cabinet so that that all matches. And the other thing you get to do, you can add drawers if you want a series of drawers in lieu of cabinets. And then over here, we've actually got some pullouts. So over here, we have some pull-out drawers as well. So these are all those little things that when you go to the design center, they're going to talk to you about how do you want your cabinet configuration to be. And one other thing, look at our gourmet kitchen. So I really wanted to have the true double oven. I think it's hysterical because I really don't cook. This is purely about the holidays for me. It's about that 1 or 2 times a year when there's a lot of cooking going on, and I really wanted this. But I did not want the one oven with the microwave / convection oven, which is kind of a newer version of the gourmet kitchen. I wanted true double oven, but if you'll notice, I have true double oven, and I'm going to have my, my hood vent, which is sitting over there in a box, but it'll be covered, all the backsplash will be done. You're probably going, well, where's your microwave? Because honestly, microwave is a very important thing. Well, we had to put our microwave down here. I did not want to sacrifice any of the upper cabinet space to put my microwave up, so we had to put it down. I'm okay with that. We'll see how it actually works in the reality of living in this space.
But then we spent a lot of money in the master bathroom, and I have to say that one's on me, because I just really loved the tile that we picked, and it's actually the thing I picked, and we got river rock on the bottom. And so if you look and you go, okay, so if we look at the master bathroom, you can see that all the things we put in, the shower base, it's $1,400 for the thing. We put tile all the way up the wall, so that was another $2,000. So we spent a lot of money by choosing an expensive tile to begin with and then putting it everywhere, plus my river rock on the bottom. This is my river rock floor. I love it, and I always wanted to lay down on it, so I am now.
Okay, so the owner's bathroom, this master bathroom, we have closets on either side, we have the powder bath over there. But this is Eric's big claim to fame with his design options chosen for this. Honestly, I have to tell you, it's exquisite. And I had my moments of doubt. I did not have doubt when we saw the piece of tile at the design center. It was a beautiful piece of tile, and you could see the tans, creams, and grays, and there was little hints of blue, which was perfect because I knew it was going to work well with what we both wanted for the bathroom, but we also both really wanted the kind of the river rock type of a feel on the base of the shower. Now again, home is not complete. These are all the little foam pads to kind of keep things safe as it's being delivered. We're missing a lighting fixture. We're not complete in here. But I will tell you, when they were first installing this, by the way, it's the same tile that goes all the way up the ceiling. You'll notice we did not do a Listello because we honestly did not want to break up the beauty of the stone that we chose, or the tile that we chose for the shower. So instead of breaking it up in the middle with another busy design, we decided to let this kind of be its own thing. But I will tell you, when we first saw this and it had the spacers all in the tile all the way up the wall, I thought it looked a little bit like a cave. It looked very dark, and it looked not like it does now. Now that that's out, the grout is in, the lights are on, I could not be happier with this bathroom, and I'm thrilled, and Eric gets an absolute A+, 100% on his design choices for this room.
So she said I got an A+. Of course she did, because this is A+. It's the only thing I picked, except, well, I picked lots of things, but she immediately said no. This is the only thing I picked that she said yes to right away, and I was right. I win.
I rule.
I do have another binder.
There's always another binder.
So this binder here, I really did go room to room. I went the structural options, I went through that. You can also see the binder so big. I put copies of the floor plan, the surveys. I even added pictures of the model home as well as my home so that I could kind of reference back to it to give me an idea visually of, oh yeah, they had one giant painting over there, or ooh, that wall had 3, vertical pictures. And it's a good way to kind of help you. It also helps keep you organized. And another way to help keep you organized, by the way, is this over here. This is my other accordion file, and this is actually really important. This is the furniture and things like that we've ordered. So I was able to keep all of our furniture order confirmations, yes, I know that's a lot, into the binder, and then I can reference back to it. All of the lighting fixtures, I was able to create my documents and go through all the lighting fixtures. By the way, lampsplus.com is a great place to go for lighting fixtures.
Okay, so Amy's guideline is 15%. So let's see how we did. I've actually never actually calculated this. You'll see here that the 27% over base price, that was something I calculated because if you look here, we had to pay a 50% deposit on everything over 8% of the base price. So that, it was important to figure out how much that was because that's a deposit we had to write a check for at the design center. So again, tons of money. But we had to be prepared for that number because I had to make sure I had that number. If I didn't have that money to put out there, then we would have had to cut, quite a bit to do that. So let's just see how we did. I've actually not calculated this before, but if we put there a new formula and we take the total we spent on design divided by this plus this plus this, that should give us a percentage of 18%. So 18% was how much we did over the base lot premium and structurals.
Oh, we blew our budget.
Right.
If you have to be a little bit more conservative, then some things that you might want to consider are using some of the builder's standard options. And I think we may have mentioned that before, like use their standard lighting fixtures. We did that in the dining room.
Yes.
So the lighting fixture you'll see in the dining room at the moment is a builder's standard lighting fixture. Essentially, it comes free. It's included with the home. It's not, we're going to swap it out the day that we close on the home, but it didn't cost us anything because we can do that cheaper later. But the other thing is pre-wire. So there are some things that you have to think ahead for. And pre-wiring for pendant lights, you can either do pendant lights with the builder or do what we did, pre-wire, and then you can find them elsewhere that might even be a bigger selection and more personality specific, as we were talking about a little while ago.
And for me, it seemed like it was about twice the cost of.
Yes.
So if you get them to buy the pendant lights, you still have to pay for the pre-wire.
Yes, but it's...
And then you pay them for the pendant light, and a pendant light you can get $100 or so at Lowe's or online, but they were charging $250 or so.
Yeah.
So it makes more sense to do it yourself. And lighting, now you're not letting me this time do the lighting fixtures, but electrical is actually pretty easy. So I could put in the electrical stuff if I wanted to. We're going to have someone else come do it. One of the things that we didn't do pre-wire for, we actually bought, is that. Because, first of all, that's dope. Look how good it looks. But also, there was no way we were getting up there to hang that and have any confidence from my wife that I did it right and it wouldn't fall on us and destroy the entire family.
Okay, so it's not just because the fixture could fall down on everyone's head. It's also because of the warranty. We're gonna change almost every lighting fixture and add them, like the 3 pendant lights here in the kitchen over the island. And if you do that work yourself, and God forbid you do something incorrectly and you blow the electrical, you have voided your warranty with the builder. If you have a licensed electrician come in and do it, that's a different story. So that, Eric, is why we've enlisted the help of an actual licensed technician this time around.
Is a tip that you can use as a tool to help choose your flooring to go with your cabinets and your counters and those things. It's called Floorvana. We happen to use Shaw floors. Most builders use Shaw floors, and they can do this for tile or luxury vinyl plank or carpet. But basically, go to Shaw floors, find the sample that you're looking at, and we chose salvaged pine is what we're putting in for luxury vinyl plank. And then you can say view in my room, and then you upload a photo, and we'll upload this one. Just to say, okay, how's that look in the kitchen? And then as that uploads, then we'll be able to take the salvaged pine and rotate it the right way and see how it looks. So let's see what we got. So there's what salvaged pine looks like in a picture of our home under construction. And if you come over here, we can rotate it so that it goes. So we're laying our tile that way. Now the planks are not that size, they're not that wide, but it doesn't scale it to the size, but there it is. And then you can save that picture, do whatever you want with that, but at least you can look and say, even though the lighting in this particular picture is not the greatest, you can kind of see the cabinet color and the floor and how it looks together. So you have a sense before you spend all that money and then go, oh my goodness, our cabinets don't match our flooring. So we like how that looks. You can let us know in the comments how you think it looks. But again, Floorvana is Floorvana.com is where you can go to do that with your own home. And it works on pictures of your own home, even if it has carpet or whatever else on it. You can test that out. So that is your bonus tip, and that is your A Home for the Holidays episode on design. Join us next week where we'll talk about the construction process some more. Plus, keep up with us on Instagram. We'll have more tips and things throughout the week, and we appreciate you watching.